Hey, I'll tell you what, Big B, that was the first fish of the morning. You know what? Everybody, we're out here on the Madison chain, of course, with our good friend Brian Zupke from Big B Guide Service.
Hello.
Hey, Brian, the last time we fished with you was out here, and we were actually perch fishing and had just an unbelievable day perch fishing with you and Pete Huff.
Yeah, no, it was an incredible day. Today we're actually going to chase smallmouth early this morning.
Okay.
We're going to switch it up, and then we're going to go for bluegills. You know, some of my specialties. So.
Right, no doubt. You are Mr. Panfish for sure. That's why I was a little surprised this morning that you said, hey, let's go try for some smallmouth right away and then we'll go bluegill fishing. But most of the time when I fish with you, it's always panfish.
Yeah, I like doing smallmouth. It's easy, you know, it's pretty straightforward how you can fish for them, you know, techniques. You drag a paddle tail or you can drag a tube, Ned rig. And this lake has got especially big smallmouth in it. So.
And why is that? Just because the amount of structure it has?
I think it's the amount of food it has, and it doesn't get, well, it gets a lot of pressure, but I think a lot of people have the respect to letting the fish go.
Catch and release on the smallies for sure. There's plenty of other fish in the system to eat when it comes to that. So what's new with you?
Not much. Man.
No? It's good to see you.
I wasn't guiding, now I'm starting to guide again. So
that's good. Let's get things rocking and rolling, huh?
Yeah.
So, hey, you know what? We're gonna fish smallmouth for an hour or two here, and then we're gonna switch to the bluegills. I heard you're getting a lot of big gills again.
Yeah, it's been great. The bluegill bite is fired up really good. We're actually fishing them a little deeper than I normally do this time of year, but we're a little later in the year, so those fish are pushing out. Then pretty soon they'll start spawning here. So yeah, then we'll probably do a spawning episode, but we're gonna do catch and release if we do that.
No doubt about that. So hey, I like your shirt today too.
Yeah.
Dick Smith's Bait and Tackle. Hey, Mike and Becky.
Hey, Mike and Becky.
Yep, hope everything's going good at the shop over there. And hey, it's my turn to do a little bit of casting and see if I can hook into one of them smallmouths. So hey everybody, hold on to your heinies. Let's see how it goes today with Big B Guide Service.
Where the breathing is easy, the living is good. Out in the great outdoors.
Larry Smith Outdoors is brought to you by Warrior Boats, Evinrude, Vortex, Mike's Country Meats, Bartline Barrels, Leroy Meats, Bait Rigs, Tubble Towels, Easy Loader Trailers, and Heavy Shot.
Just remember, like I always say, it's a great day to be alive. Hey, I'll tell you what, everybody, welcome to our show this week. We're fishing with our good friend Brian Zupke from Big B Guide Service.
Do we have a net?
No nets, Brian.
Okay.
We are not, we keep nets out of this boat. It's all hand-to-hand combat. Ooh, that's a nice fish, for sure. Loving that. Hey, Brian, I'll tell you what, this is our second spot we've gone to, and finally we got a hookup on a nice smallmouth. And let's tell everybody who we're fishing with today.
Two guys that are my clients, Mike and Steve.
Steve.
Sorry.
Steve, hey, all right, Steve, good job. Why don't you hold that one up?
All right, sweet.
All right, first fish. That's
Thanks, Brian and Larry.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Steve, you didn't know this about Big B Guide Service, but whoever catches the first fish, that's $100 off your trip today.
Oh yeah, there you go, $100. Settle for a beer. So this is a 6-foot rod.
Okay.
So how I adjust my depth with a slip bobber is obviously you got your knot, wet your line, slide it. So I want to be fishing in about, so it's 10-5 here, and the fish are about 8 feet down. So the rod's a 6 foot. So I find my knot where it is on the line here. So it's right there. And then I swing my line down to the bottom. So that's 6 foot from
Right.
the top of there. So then I adjust it by 2 more feet. So I grab where I think 2 feet is on my line, pull the bobber knot through, wet it down, and slide that knot right about there.
What are you putting on there, Brian?
A full red worm.
A full crawler. Why a full red worm?
I like to let them look at it.
You do? Okay.
Give them something to taste.
I'm not
you
going to
know?
argue with Mr. Bluegill. Oh, Big B, what do you got going there?
Bluegill.
First gill of the morning. Ooh, it's a nice one too. Is there a little bit more finicky you're thinking?
Yeah, I'm thinking. I
A
don't
little
know.
bit more natural? You're going natural?
I like all natural, bud. I like my women all natural too.
Really?
So, you know.
Oh, you're kind of a natural kind of guy,
Yes, I am.
Mr. Zuki. Nice. Ooh. Good eater.
Yeah, about 6 foot. Making best in your boat, Larry.
Oh, Bill, that's why I carry double towels all the time with me, right? Hey, welcome to our Leroy lunchtime. I'll tell you, we are definitely eating good today. I've never had a Reuben brat, so I'm excited about this. Leroy's has got over 60 different flavors of brats. Reuben brat, Oh,
Pretty good.
oh, excellent. Good one?
A bad one.
What are you doing? What's he doing?
I got them figured out on this stupid thing now. They're 10 feet down.
Mike, what are you fishing on that side for when Brian's catching them on that side? I think he's in that guy's boat catching them out of his net right there.
Those are all fish right here moving. They're 35 feet from the back of the boat right now. About 7 feet, 8 feet down. See them all? Those are all fish. Way out here, 35, 40 to 70 feet. All the way out to almost 90 feet. Those are all fish.
Is it a nice one? Oh, that is a good one. What are you doing differently, dude?
I'm using this cheating graph.
Yeah, straight out.
Oh,
Larry, come
Nice.
here and look at this. You're gonna how many fish on screen? 40 feet out right here.
just loaded, huh?
Just loaded.
Nice job. Hey, throw them back.
They're moving towards the boat right now.
Yep.
Real thick across the back too, you know.
Yeah, that's a nice fish. Awesome.
Oh, yeah. Hold that one up there, big guy.
Sorry. Just got done eating lunch. I didn't mean to do that. Don't worry, those guys up front are farting a lot.
You want to hold that up for the camera?
Really?
Fumble
You're gonna
pick.
let me do this?
Fumble fingers?
God damn it. Sorry. I'm
Come
not
on.
doing it.
You gotta do it.
Dude, I just dropped it
Do
again.
it again. Try it again. You gotta hold on to one for more than 30 seconds. Can you do it?
There, I can hold them like this.
No. No.
Upside down fish.
Hey, I'll tell you what, one of the biggest things when it comes to technology is definitely electronics. And today, electronics played a big role in what we were doing. We're in a huge, expansive bay here that has an absolutely ton of weeds. And to try to figure out where these bluegills were would take you a lot of time. By using the Panoptix live scope, really all we did is we drove around until we marked the pods of fish, and then we fished them. And you know, like anything, these fish are constantly moving back and forth. So as we were fishing, we would constantly see which direction. We would spot lock a lot of times with the trolling motor, and then we would move back and forth and see which direction these fish were moving in. And that's the key part, because a lot of times all of a sudden you start casting and you got a pocket of gills right there and you catch 2 or 3 out of there. A lot of times what happens is that spooks them And today they were very spooky. So what you'd have to do is you'd have to find again. And by just staying in the same place, all we would do is just turn the live scope and we could see which direction them fish had shifted to. And you can see right here now, right here is a school of bluegills right here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gills right here, and there's like a hump right here, and that's what they're doing. They're sitting right on the top of it. Now I'm gonna change it to perspective view, and that's gonna cover a little bit more of a wide angle like that, and it makes it a lot easier, but the only problem seems like if there's like you're in a ton of weeds, it's a little bit tougher to see through, and you can see that as I change it. So to get to perspective view, all I do is I take my mount, I'm gonna loosen it up here. You can see right now it's on forward view. Now these are all bluegills right here. You can see them actually swimming through there. So to cover a little bit more and have a wider cone, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it to perspective view. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift it up, my transducer, I'm gonna flip it to the side, I'm gonna put it back down, and you'll see it should automatically adjust itself. See, now it's automatically going to perspective view, hit OK. And now you can see I'm covering such a wide angle. Now you can see them fish right here, right here, right here, right here. This is really a great way when you're looking for fish in a weeds. It works really good in shallow water. Like it's designed to work more in like 6 to 12 to 14 feet. And you can see, now look how much area I'm covering right now. And again, these are all fish right here. You can see them moving through there. That perspective view is absolutely awesome. Now I can take the gain down a little bit on it and you'll be able to see it a little bit clearer. See, now you can see them fish a little bit. I'm even gonna take it down a little bit more. Okay, you can see it. Now I'm dialing in a little bit. I don't really like to run it on auto a lot. Now these are all bluegills right here. And as you can see, I'm turning it. Now most of these fish are right out in front of us right here, and that's where that weed bed comes around. So it's definitely an easy way to locate these fish. You know, it doesn't matter if it's bluegills, walleyes, pike, muskies. This is definitely the direction to go in. You know, and more than ever, you know, to try to save time, especially when you come into these huge areas and try to find these panfish, or if you're looking for walleyes, this is definitely the direction to go in. Now I'm scanning back and forth. These are all weeds right here. Yep, you can see the fish in the weeds. Now I'm gonna go to the outside of that weed bed, which is to the right of me. You can just see, here's where these fish, the weeds are a little bit more scattered, and these are weeds through here, and here's all your bluegills. It just makes my job a lot easier for sure. And I love this new mount here too. This mount really makes it easy. It's simple to use. When I'm done with it, all I do is basically, I like to travel with it in the boat. So what I'll do is I'll pull it out, switch it around, drop it back in. I'll run it right to the collar, pin it right here, and then what I do is I ratchet it back down. Now when I'm traveling on the road or traveling a long distance on the lake, that's the way I like to have it, so it's not gonna go anywhere. Hey everybody, this week's tip of the week brought to you by our good friends up at Mike's Country Meats, the finest jerky on the planet. Say, Big B, you know what? You always have a lot of great tips. Let's hear what your tip is for this week. And then if it's a good tip, I'll give you the jerky.
Okay, that sounds like a deal.
Okay.
So I stopped at Dick Smith's yesterday and picked up some tandem rigs.
Why a tandem rig?
Well, you cover a lot of water in different water columns. It's good for searching. You pick out what the fish want, you know?
So different baits. When you're using a tandem rig, they typically have different colors baits on there, different color jigs.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I like my choice. I like is chartreuse, and they had chartreuse with white, chartreuse with purple, and then they got all these little flies that, you know, like it looks like an ant fly, doesn't it?
So you can put a waxworm or a little piece of crawler on there too if you want to spice it up a little bit too, huh?
Yep, just doctor it up a little bit and the fish can't resist.
Awesome. Hey, that's this week's tip of the week, brought to you by our good friends up at Mike's Country Meats, the finest jerky on the planet. And that was a good tip, my friend. There you go.
Oh, that's hot Jamaican. That's a good one.
Yep, that's
I'm
all
not
yours.
gonna burn my butt.
Here we go. Really? I can't believe it. Boy, we moved in shallower, and them fish are just absolutely... Man, they're loaded down there. Man, can't get over this. So, look at that cobra. Look where that cobra is. absolutely going. Let's see if she wants to. Look at that cobra. Suck that cobra right down in there. They've been just killing this ever since I switched over to that cobra. It's really been working out, and I'll tell you what, we're only fishing 1.5 foot of water. We started off earlier in about, oh, you got him, Brian? Yeah, we started off earlier in about 8 to 12, and now we're up super shallow. Boy, that water temperature came up to 63 degrees now, too. We have our hemostats, hemos.
Now these things are thick across the back.
They are thick.
Good eating sized fish. Pull them upside down for you.
Mike, you've been in a little bit of a slump, my friend. It's time for you to pull out, and you have done it. You were way, way up there. Holy shamoly. Holy kitty cats. Holy dumper diapers. Hold that one up. That's a nice one. Yeah, you gotta like that. Oh, Mike. Yeah, he was. Nice job. Hey, hey, hey. And you got that tandem rig on there. That's pretty sweet. Nice job. And you guys said 9 more would be hard to get. I don't think so. 8 more to go.
Oh, damn it. I caught.
Ooh, that's definitely another good one. The old cobra is kicking some royal hiney now, for sure. Look at the size of that one there. That is an absolute tank. That's what I love about this Madison area and fishing with you. You know what? We've only caught one small one so far today, and they've all been, you know, this size or just a smudge smaller. Look at that. Yep. I'm loving it. Cobra. Look at that. I'm loving this today, Brian. I'll tell you that. Change of pace. Yep. I was a little slow earlier, but finally, like I said, I changed to that cobra, and that cobra has just been kicking some royal hiney. And I'll tell you what I'm doing a little differently is I'm not threading that crawler on. I'm actually hooking that crawler, or I'm actually hooking that worm right in the center, and it's just dangling. I'll show you what that looks like in a second, everybody, but seems to be making a big difference for sure. See, what I'm doing actually is I'm hooking that worm right dead center, and it's just sitting down there dangling, and that's just making a huge difference. Hey, little things make a big difference when it comes to fishing. There's no doubt about that. Hey, I'll tell you what, Steve and Mike, we had an absolutely awesome time with you guys today. You know what? Let's tell everybody at home a little bit about what you guys do. I was lucky enough today that you guys hired Big B, and we were out on a guide trip, and we had such great people in the boat today. Now, you guys, I have a lot in common with you guys. You know, besides the love and passion for, you guys love to hunt, ducks, deer. You guys obviously love to fish a lot, but you guys also work for yourselves, self-employed. And let's tell everybody at home what you guys actually do, what kind of business you have, and I want to tell people, I want to know why you guys took on a challenge of working for yourself, because you know what, I'm telling you, there's a lot of tough jobs out there, you guys, and I have sympathy on everybody, and I appreciate more than anything everybody in this country that works for a living. I certainly do. I mean, we couldn't get things done if we didn't have hardworking people in this country. That's what it's no doubt all about. And obviously, but when you work for yourself, it's a big difference versus working for somebody else, because you never really get away from your job. You always, like your phones were both ringing all day today. You guys answered them, and you pretty much have to. It's not like if you're working for somebody else, pretty much when you're clocked out, you're gone. That's their responsibility. So let's tell everybody first what you guys both do.
We're in the manufacturing and fabrication business. The name of our company is MTL Manufacturing Incorporated, located in Beloit, Wisconsin. And we're your typical production house. We've got full capacity in CNC laser cutting, CNC forming, CNC plasma cutting. Probably our wheelhouse would be welding. We do a lot of welding of stainless, aluminum, mild steel. We like to call ourselves a production house, but really there's no job too small. We take a look at anything. We've been in the business a long time. 1989 is when I officially started working for somebody else, and I think we actually incorporated in 2000 as entrepreneurs.
And I'm sure you've seen a lot of ups and downs. I mean, that's the part about working for yourself.
I think the first time that I spoke with you, Larry, I gave you the analogy. There's been a lot of macaroni and cheese for dinner, and some years there's steak and shrimp for dinner.
When you said that to me, I'm like, you know what? Them are the kind of guys I want to spend the day in the boat with, because that's, to me, that's reality. Because I have been in that position many a times, and still there.
Really became seasoned individuals to the point where we're kind of getting an idea of what's going on. And, actually, we're getting pretty good at this stuff.
And Steve?
And when we do get slow, we come up with other ideas also. We're even sorting parts for automobile industry also.
Absolutely.
And,
Whatever it takes to pay the bills, right? Hey, you guys, I appreciate again you guys coming along with us today and hiring Big B. Hey, Big B, if people want to get a hold of you, and of course they always want to, your stories are worth alone spending the day with, but the fishing, we always do good with you, and it doesn't matter if the fishing's good or bad, it's always good fishing.
You can get a hold of me on my website at www.bigbsguideservice.com. Get a hold of me on Facebook at Big B's Guide Service on Facebook, and at my cell phone, 608-219-0505.